What's going on, y'all? It's Cal Moore Jr. here with 92Y Careers. I want to holler at y'all for a second just to introduce myself so you know I'm a real person and give you my credentials. So just to sum it up, I started out in the CIF of the Alabama National Guard, making about $15 an hour. Busting out butts in that hot warehouse, shipping and receiving. I know all about that. Getting your OCIE done, doing turn-ins. I know all about that as a 92 Yankee. Then I looked up and I got a job as a human resource assistant on paper, a GS6 for my techs out there. But my real role was being a supply sergeant. I had zero experience of being a supply sergeant, and I had to set up a brand new supply room. Now, I did have assistance, I did have help, but I was the lowest paid man wherever I went because I was a technician, and I had most of the responsibility. Matter of fact, I had the most responsibility out of everybody in the unit, but it was a position that I chose because I didn't know how to apply for AGR roles, just to be honest with you. No one ever showed me, and I just didn't know because I just didn't ask the right questions. So I did that for about 5 to 6 years or whatnot. Ended up leaving, going to the Maryland Guard, became M-Day again, and I looked up and got into a supply sergeant role again. This time I was on AT orders, just doing supply stuff in the Maryland Guard. Didn't get that position, went back to M-Day, and basically just did odd jobs to keep money coming in. So I struggled for a long time. I was a stay-at-home dad for a stint, and I just basically struggled for a long time. Anyway, COVID hit back in 2020, 2021, and that's when my life changed. So I went from making $0 a month to now I'm a full-time soldier getting a full-time check doing supply. So everything that I did in Alabama, I just transferred and started doing that in Maryland because I knew how to run supply. I never got the role. I never got picked for the role. I never applied for the role. So I was finally making the money I wanted to make. I felt like I deserved to make. And I was doing all of this as an E4, by the way. So yeah, I was in custody of millions of dollars of equipment, doing turn-ins, doing flippers, all of this for $38,000 a year. A whopping $38,000 a year. I know, right? Then the light switch happened. I took control of my career. I told myself, yes, I'm an E4 in the Guard, but that does not mean that I can take control of my career and just be a leader of my own industry, just be a leader of my own self. So what I did, I started to apply for different roles in the civilian side. First role I got was an ops manager in Montgomery, Alabama, Vanguard Supply Chain Solutions. You can look them up. They're not a company now, but it was a logistics company. I was making about $65,000 fresh out the boat. So I'm going from my $38,000, then going from active duty, then getting out to now I'm making $65,000 career as an E4. That's when the light bulb went off. Like I said, I can do this. So I worked there for a stint, and then I started applying for more roles because I went back up to Maryland. So I applied for this role at Northrop Grumman, which is a defense contractor, having all this knowledge that I have as a supply sergeant, as an E4, and my salary was $80,000 for a major defense contractor in Baltimore, Maryland. Well, really Curtis Bay, Maryland. But that's what I did for a while. I went up to Maryland and I did that role, and I did it well. Ended up leaving that role, coming back to Alabama. Long story short, I applied for more roles, and I ended up where I'm at now at Daniel's Health, making over $90,000 a year with what I do now and my drilling schedule, my drilling side. So I'm here as a personal testimony to let you know that this can be done. You don't have to wait for anybody to give you leadership and instruction. You could just decide, okay, today I want to do something about my life, and wake up and do something about it. And this is what I want to do to help other people out that may be in that situation. You may be an active duty E5, E6, E7, or whatever, and the reason that you're still in right now, and the reason why a lot of people are still in, is because you don't know what to do next. You like the security of having that job, but you know you could be making more money doing something else. Now, if you want to stay in, Ain't nothing wrong with that, because like I said, I'm still in part-time. But for men and women that want to get out and make legitimate money outside of the Army, there's a way through. And I've done all of this multiple times with no career. I'm sorry, with no formal education. Yes, I have a diploma, and yes, I've done professional certs, but I don't have a degree for this. But I still knew how supply works. I know how logistics works. I know how supply chain works. I know how shipping and receiving works. I know how transportation works. All of this is in the big world of logistics. And if you just apply yourself and position yourself, you can command authority over these bigger paying roles. And it don't come without the responsibility. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna be responsible for some stuff, but there's a way through to translate your experience to make sure that you're just not getting out as a 92 Yankee and working in a warehouse as an order selector. Now, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what you want to do, but it's so much more opportunity for you to expand and be that leader of industry in this logistics field, because you have a lot of things that a lot of people don't have. You have that discipline and you have that military background that places you above so many candidates. But what you guys don't have, which I have, because I've been in the civilian world, or the wilderness for lack of a better term, I know how to navigate these civilian worlds and show you what you can do to elevate yourself to the level that you want to be on. Whether you want to be something mid-level or be in an executive spot or anything like that, it's a way through to do that, and that's what I do. I help you guys get to that next level, so you're not worried about, okay, am I being undervalued? Am I selling myself short? I'm going to show you how to get the best bang for your bucks from the inception, from, hey, here's my resume, to, hey, here's what I do in the interview, to, hey, here's how I negotiate for that higher salary. Because I'm telling you guys, there's always more money on the table. And there's always more money. Don't believe that, like, hey, here's the cap. No, there's always more money that you can get. And I don't want other people to be in my spot where they're just leaving paper on the table, not knowing that it's a way through. So I want to be able to help other 92 Yankees, 92 Alphas, or whatever 96 series that you are in this position. Underpaid techs. Tell me about it. I was a tech for 9 years. I understand. The TSP is great, but that's about it. You don't even get TRICARE. You got to get Blue Cross Blue Shield or whatever else that you got in your state. So I can show you how to get to that next level as a 92 Yankee. So I have a couple of services that I'm offering, but I tailor each service to your specific need, and I walk you through the whole process. So if that's something that you're interested in learning more about, reach out to me in my inbox, okay? I'm available. Now, I do have a flood of people in my inbox now, but I'm gonna get to you eventually. I'm going through each inbox one by one to give you guys personalized steps that can help you out. And like I said, it's gonna take probably 24 to 48 hours for me to respond back, but I'm not leaving it off the table. I'm not ignoring you, okay? I just got a lot of stuff going on with people inboxing me. And it's the weekend. I'm about to go see my daughter, go have a good time, but I just wanted to give myself a brief, not so brief introduction of what I've done, qualify myself to let you know, hey, I'm the real deal, and I can really help you guys out, because I don't want other people to be in my situation, whether you're part-time or you're getting out. And if you're part-time, you already know in the civilian world, you got to be a dog. It is what it is. So I want to show other 92 Yankees that, hey, there is a way through. So reach out to me on my inbox, Calmo Jr., or give me an email at 92ycareers@gmail.com, and I will reach out to each and every one of you when I get the opportunity. All right, I'll holler at y'all.